And so we are back for another episode of Finding Your Niche with Niche. I like sitting across from super dope women. I have one of them across from me right now. So excited to talk to Michelle Briscoe, aka the Lady Dealer, here to really talk about her experience as a financial manager and what she's been able to kind of obtain the success in the car industry as a dealer. So I'm so excited for you to come on today and talk with me on Finding Your Niche with Niche. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So first of all, the show is like, I like talking to people who are in different niches, like not your everyday person. And so I'm super excited to talk to you about your experience. So first off, can you kind of explain to people what is the Lady Dealer?
So the Lady Dealer is a brand that I wear with as a proud badge, or wear as a badge, I should say. So I have this reputation as, that's that lady dealer that sells all those Hellcats, all those Chargers on the road.
Yeah.
That's that lady that put all those cars on the road. And so I kept hearing person after person like refer to me like that. And we were like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
You're the Lady Dealer.
The Lady Dealer.
And the rest was history.
Yeah, so speaking of cars, because I love that you're in this industry, I think it's really cool because typically when people associate cars, they think of men.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh my God, the Lady Dealer. You don't hear that too often. Can you talk to me? Because I want to know, by the end of this episode, I want to walk away with some more education and some more tools when it comes to purchasing a car and things of that nature. But for the sake of fun, what is the most trendiest car right now?
The most trendiest car at our store?
And well, just kind of like in society and like the climate from what you've experienced is like, what do most people come in and try to get?
Most of my clients come in and try to get a Hellcat or a Jeep Wrangler. We're a Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat and Chrysler dealer. We have every car, every make and model under the sun with regards to pre-owned, but as far as a new car store, we have Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chrysler, and Fiat.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hellcats.
Really?
Yeah, you think of the Lady Dealer, most of them are like, oh, she only sells Hellcats. That's not true.
Okay.
I sell a lot of Ram 1500s, Ram 3500s, 2500s, a lot of Jeep Grand Cherokees.
Yeah.
I have clients from all walks of life, from a family coming in searching for a car. Their daughter's 13, mind you, and they're looking for a car for her 16th birthday. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
I think I'm a Jeep Wrangler. Yes. I mean, I don't have one yet.
I got you. I'm your
okay,
girl.
You got me. Well, what is it about those cars? What do you think it is that everybody likes so much?
Jeep Wrangler, it's almost like everyone's dream car. It's one of the few vehicles where you can have an open air experience. You can take off the doors, you can take off the windshield, you have that fifth wheel, you can go off-roading, might I add.
Yeah.
So everyone, I mean, and it's just not females. Males love Wranglers as well.
Yeah, that's a good unisex car.
It is, because having a Jeep is like an experience.
That's true.
It's a community. They have the Jeep Wave program, so you see a fellow Jeeper out, you got to do the whole, whole Jeep Wave thing. They have Jeep ducking, where you may be at Publix, for instance, and you come back and you have like a little duck just sitting outside your car.
Oh.
It's a way to spread light and positivity, and I just love the Jeep culture.
Yeah. Well, which car do you have?
I have a Mercedes, but I did have a Wrangler.
Okay. What do you like about your Mercedes?
I love the features. I love interiors. I love all the cameras. I like foreign cars. I like all cars.
Yeah,
I'm the worst person.
I was going to ask you that
because
it's like, okay, the difference between, thinking about what is the actual difference between a trending car, the fast car, or a luxurious car?
It depends on the buyer.
Okay.
It depends on the buyer. I'm that type of buyer that buys for style and looks, experience. I love Mercedes. And I love reliability. I love the look of it.
Yeah.
The performance. But Wranglers, it's hard to compare. Jeep is kind of in a class of its own. So it's kind of hard to compare anything, another vehicle to a Wrangler. I mean, a G-Wagon, but still, price point is just like way off.
Yeah.
So.
One of the things that's really cool about what you do is you've been able, at least here in Atlanta, like especially here in Atlanta, you've been able to kind of make a name for yourself as the go-to person for influencers to buy cars from. And so, can you talk about that? Like, what is the actual experience of dealing to an influencer here in Atlanta? What are they looking for?
I owe Atlanta a lot of gratitude. You know, I've only been here, December will be 6 years.
Oh, wow.
Atlanta, you guys have shown me so much love, and I'm forever, ever grateful. I started with one client, just like everyone else. And I post after the clients that allow me to post, or the celebrities that, you know, that are okay with me posting.
Yeah.
And clients literally did the marketing for me. They reposted the videos, and the word got out. I just love people.
Yeah.
I love people. So I even, as some people call me the plug, because even if you come to our dealership and you're not necessarily looking for a brand that we have, I'm going to send you to my partner over at Chevy, or I have partners at Ford or Alfa Romeo, or I just want you to be happy with your vehicle. Obviously, we want to be your dealer, but being your dealer doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to buy a car from me every time. Being your dealer, you come to me for advice, direction, support, information, trending news. So it's more than the one and done transaction.
Yeah. What has been like, what would you say has been like the most fun experience that you've had with maybe one of the influencers or the celebrities that you can share with their car buying process?
Wow. Ari Lennox came in.
Okay.
Super humble. And she was with her dad. She hadn't even officially moved here yet.
Oh, wow.
Came in. She's like, I want that Wrangler right there. It was bright orange, the color we call pumpkin.
Okay.
And it was already lifted, had these G'd out wheels. She was very humble, easy to talk to. Like, wow. It was amazing just working with her.
That is so cool.
From start to finish.
Now, is there a call? Is there a phone call that takes place where it's like, hey, such and such is coming in, we're closing early today? Or is it like, is there any element of like favoritism or privilege, or is it kind of just like that person just kind of walks in and sometimes you're totally surprised? Is there anything different that you have to do to prepare of somebody of that?
I think that's what makes me unique. I give everyone a red carpet experience. You can be in there buying a 2010 Toyota Camry. I'm going to put a big red velvet bow on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you red carpet treatment. So I don't necessarily favor my celebrities over. They're fun and it's great, but every deal is special to me. They're all going to get that red carpet treatment. But I do, as far as for my celebrities, I will say I will try to make it as easy as possible.
Okay.
Most of the legwork and all the heavy lifting is done before they step foot in.
Yeah, because I know I've bought a couple cars. It's like you think you're so excited, you go in and buy the car, and then you're like 6 hours later.
See, that's a myth. Because
Really?
car buying doesn't take 6 hours.
What does it take?
Now, like, if you have done your proper research,
Okay.
and you have done proper planning, and you've done your online browsing, you've done a lot of the heavy lifting. It's when you come in cold turkey, have no plan, no budget, don't know what car you want, don't know about financing, are you going to lease, do you have a trade? Like, there's a lot that goes into, it's a big investment.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So the time has a lot to do with the amount of research that you've done and direction. Not everyone comes that purchases it, because they don't really come in there with the intention to buy a car.
Right.
So that's where, as a good consultant, you did a good job doing your discovery, just asking a lot of probing questions to really get a better idea of what it is they're looking to get accomplished. And if they don't have a buying need, it's your job to kind of create it.
Yeah.
If
and I have a question about that too. that like, car psychology. I want to talk to you about that too. But before I get into that, I do want to ask you. So, and not everybody that comes in is an influencer or a celebrity.
Right.
But there are people who still like, I want my dream car.
Right.
So if you are a person who's, you don't have a certain level of success or monetary value, how do you still walk in and get what you want?
You start with a plan. You got to have a plan. We talked about planning today earlier, but doing some research. There's so many different options available to consumers with regards to selecting and buying a vehicle.
Sure.
Do your research. Have a plan. Go in there knowing what you want. Test drive. know your numbers before you sign your life away with, we call it I call it a paperwork party.
Yeah.
Because it's a celebration. You're buying your dream car.
That's the 6 hours that I'm talking about.
The 6 hours, literally, finance. If I have a good folder and the salesperson did a good job of getting all the details, they're in and out of finance in less than 20 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, easily.
I'm coming. Where you at? Where y'all at?
Peachtree Industrial, not far from here. Yeah.
Wow.
We use a DocuPad though. We don't have a lot of paper, which I love.
Okay.
So my computer, there's a small portion of paperwork that you sign for the registration and things like that.
Sure.
But clients, I give them a little stylus and you're signing on my desk.
Okay.
And then at the end of the paperwork party, then I'm giving you a little flash drive. All your documents that you signed with regards to your contract and all the state forms, they're on the little flash drive and they take that with them. So.
Oh wow, that does sound easy.
Streamline a whole lot.
Wow.
So it's a myth. Everyone says, "Oh, am I going to be here all day? Is it going to be?" No.
Yeah.
It depends on the amount of research and clarity and direction. But if you come in without a plan, you don't know what you want to buy, you don't know what your car payment, you don't know anything about interest rates. Like that's a whole day.
Yeah.
It can be a whole day.
That's true because there's a lot of back and forth.
And even sometimes a second day.
Yeah.
So. That's a myth that I'm hopefully overcoming by preparing and informing and educating as far as what your options are with regards to buying a car.
Yeah, I like what you said. If somebody walks into the dealership and they don't really have the intention to buy, to create,
you might get whacked on the head. You're gonna get whacked on the head. Gonna give you whatever interest rate. Like they know you're not prepared. I'm just being honest.
So okay, so let's say I'm Jill. Hold on, let me change my name. I'm Nina. Okay, I'm Nina. I'm coming in today. I'm coming to get my Jeep Wrangler. Oh, I don't know. I just
Jeep Wrangler.
Jeep Wrangler. Okay. What are some of the? Are they called tactics? Like, what are some of the things?
Oh, you want me to spill the beans?
Just a couple. Just spill 2 beans.
So if you come in the dealership without any discussion. You're not asking about price. You haven't asked about APR.
Yeah.
You haven't asked about anything. And you literally allow the salesperson to pick a car out and just hand you a pencil. We call it a pencil. It's just a quote, breakdown of all the calculations. You're going to get whacked on the head. They're going to give you whatever interest rate. I mean, it's supposed to be transparency,
Michelle,
right? And honesty.
With the tea.
I mean...
Wow. So it's better to come prepared.
Gotta come prepared. Pull your credit score.
Or you're going to get bamboozled.
Pull your credit report. Know what's on your credit. Have an idea of what type of down payment, if any. Will there be a trade involved?
Yeah.
It's always good, I would say, not mention your trade until the very end.
Like what you do? That's the first question they ask. So what do you do?
Because we need that information as a professional.
Yeah.
To be able to kind of redirect the numbers because we have a piece of metal, we can maybe give you more for your trade or maybe less for your trade. I'm just saying.
So then how do you like, what do I say there? Somebody's like, what do you do? I just like ignore them or what?
No, you want to be direct and say, the goal of this visit is X, Y, and Z. You know, my dealer, Michelle, the lady dealer told me, no, I'm just kidding. My dealer told me, this is basically a research appointment. I am not buying a car today. The goal is for me to test drive to see if I like this vehicle.
Yeah.
And talk about possibly getting some numbers, an out the door number. I don't know what direction I'm going to go in with regards to financing. I may have my own financing. I may pay cash, or I may use one of your lenders.
What's the percentage rate as far as whether or not somebody will buy if they end up doing the test drive?
Test drive actually increases the chances of someone buying a car. Okay. You get in that car with the latest and the greatest. It has all the bells and whistles. You're talking about that one-touch power top. You can take off the doors. We done popped out the rear window. Ooh. We put your car seat in there. You can visualize the groceries, creating that picture, creating those memories that the family will have, whether you have a dog cage, put the dog cage. Me, when I sold cars, because I'm a finance manager, so I don't sell cars. Yeah. So I would have them, is there going to be a pet in the vehicle? How are you using this vehicle? Yeah. And they're like, oh, my dog's going to be there. Well, bring your dog cage. You have children? Bring the stroller. Make sure the stroller fits comfortably. Yeah. Bring the car seats. So I use more of a family paint the picture approach
Gotcha.
because I want them to be able to see themselves, see their life in this vehicle. And so usually when that happens, it's definitely gonna take it home.
Yeah. What's your preferred customer though? Would it be somebody who's like you would have to do kind of all that, paint the picture, or is it just like I want this, here's the money, goodbye? Or do you like the process of like?
I like the low hanging fruit, and I like challenges. I love the challenge of being able to overcome objections, because if they're saying no, that means to me they just need some more information.
Yeah.
So it's my job to make sure I give them more information by answering their questions, listening.
Yeah.
No one wants to tell their story over and over, and so if you do a good job as an automotive consultant, listening, people will tell you everything you need to know. And if you're getting the story, like their personal story, like why are you here? You took the time out of your day. You blocked out some time to shower, to get dressed, to come to this dealership. Yeah. What's your why? What's important to you? How are you going to be using this car? Yeah. So when you do that, you get the story. You're usually going to earn their business.
Yeah. The other cool thing about what you do as far as like telling the story is a lot of people also get to kind of tell the story through the actual car. So let's kind of talk about the custom cars and the clients who want a custom made experience with their car.
So a popular option that many people may not even know about, that you can go to Jeep.com and totally build your entire car. You could build your entire Jeep. Pick out your engine. Pick out your leather seats. Pick out the equipment as far as your radio. That we call a design appointment. You come in, we will do the design. Or if you did proper legwork, you can do a virtual build at home. At home. And then save that bill and bring hand the sheet in when you come to the dealership. You've saved yourself a little bit of time. But I love those appointments because you're creating a custom vehicle. And another thing I love about building a custom vehicle is that you're only paying for the options that you like. You're not buying a car off the lot that has like all this extra stuff. You like it, you can live with it.
Right, but you don't love it.
Right. It has extra equipment that you wouldn't have personally selected. And you may save a little bit of money by doing that option.
What has been the most like exotic experience you've had with somebody like putting something that was custom made in their car?
The most exotic, I would probably say I like the red eyes are pretty exotic. Okay. A lot of horsepower. It's just like a Hellcat on steroids. Okay. And so it has like demonic red leather seats as an option. Sensors in the front, sensors in the back. It's super fast. They come to me for those Hemis. That's the main request that I get on a regular basis. So I would say a red eye. We're known for like coming out with like limited editions. Okay. Like, so we had like the Daytonas, that was a limited edition. The Hellcat Durangos are a limited edition. With this whole electronic evolution shifting, there's going to be some really exclusive, cool models coming out. So I'm kind of excited about that. And we haven't really dabbled a whole lot in the hybrid market with the exception to a Chrysler Pacifica. So.
Okay. That's a cool, like the crazy thing about the market is it changes. It's always changing, but I actually like change. So what is your perception when it comes to whether or not somebody should own versus lease?
So that again is going to depend on a number of things. Okay. Do you drive a lot?
I do.
You do drive a lot.
I do drive a lot.
Now, is monthly payment important to you?
Yes, it is.
What about down payment?
Not so much.
Do you like switching and trying different things, like different vehicles?
I like to. I don't do that, but I would like to. Well, I like change. I would like switching it up every 2 years. I feel like after 2 years, I'm like, okay, what's next?
So you would be a great candidate
for
a prospect for a lease, because lease works great for clients that want to try out models. They're not sure if they want to keep it long term. May not be driving a whole lot. Yeah. Now there's some stipulations. Okay. Now, obviously, it's heavily weighted on credit tiers. So the higher your credit tier, the lower your payment. You know those cool commercials that come on TV? You see that maybe a Mercedes commercial, and then they start talking like, you know, all that auction talk, like at the end. That's when you really need to turn the volume up, because that's when they're expressing like all the meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Like you need $5,000 down, pay first payment to get a $200 payment. I'm just rambling. Yeah. But that's when they're talking about all the important stuff, the important moving parts. This is eligible for a low mileage lease, like 10,000 miles. So you do a lease, you can go 10, 12, or 15,000 miles annually.
Okay.
All right. And so you will have the lease for a designated term. You do 2 years, 3 years, 4 years.
Okay.
And at the end of the term, you have the option of buying the lease, the vehicle, or just, you know, handing your keys in and then just walking away.
Wow.
So it's a great option for someone that doesn't drive a lot, that's interested in trying like different makes and models.
Okay.
It's a great option.
Okay, so it's better if you don't drive.
Because there is a penalty. It's like 25
for going over
cents
the
per
mileage.
mile if you go over on the mileage. Yeah, so that's something to think about. Me, I don't look at the odometer. I just drive. And you know, in Atlanta, you're going to be driving. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
My one-way commute to work is 31 miles. So leasing is not something that's practical for somebody like me, because I drive a lot.
Yeah. Another thing that I think is really cool, especially being in Atlanta, there's a lot of people who are in the entrepreneur space here. Let's have a discussion around how to make your car be a part of your business.
So that has actually been a trending topic. I literally have a conversation almost every day. Obviously, you need to have a company.
Yes.
An LLC or a corporation of choice.
Let's get that clear.
You got to have a business. And then register your business with the IRS and get your EIN number. If you want to start establishing your business credit, you need a Dun & Bradstreet number.
Okay.
And obviously be registered with the state of Georgia. Most importantly, you need to start using business credit. Whether you get a gas card or like a line of credit, start using credit. So there's 3 ways to buy a car in a business. So you can purchase the car for the company.
Okay.
You can co-sign for the company. You can be a personal guarantor for the company, or the company can purchase the vehicles exclusively. I know that was a lot.
Okay.
Personal guarantor, the great thing I love about the personal guarantor, they call it PG option, is that it typically, depending on the lender, I have to say that, full disclosure, depending on the lender, it may or may not show on your credit. It typically won't show on your credit unless you default on the loan. So we've been getting there's a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of startups coming out of Atlanta.
Yep.
And purchasing vehicles in their business name has become that's the norm now.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Oh my! Every single day.
Yep, you just need your articles of corporation, your business license, and you'll complete a business application.
Yeah.
You need, ideally, for the best terms, you need to have been in business 2 years.
Okay.
At least. And I say, if you're going to be a personal guarantor, have a score of at least 675, give or take.
Okay.
But the best terms, because I've noticed like on a lot of the business loans, the interest rate is a little bit higher.
Okay.
But the best terms, start using your business credit, you know. Start using it.
What are some of the tax benefits of doing that?
Oh my God. You can write off the purchase, the tires, the service, the washer fluid, your oil changes.
So
yeah.
Hold on.
Put the car in your business name.
So should somebody start a business just to get?
Oh, I encourage anyone. You don't have an LLC, you need to just have it for the tax benefits, number one. But having a vehicle is expensive.
Yeah, it is.
And then not to mention the fuel on top of that. So yeah, the write-off benefits are enormous. Yeah, enormous. So.
What's been the biggest price point that you've seen somebody come and buy a car with?
Probably our jailbreak cars, our Trackhawks, they're all about $115K.
Okay.
Give or take. Red eyes, they're over $100K. Yeah.
Yeah. And when people come in and do that, is that a good day for you guys? Do you know that somebody's going to spend that much money, or is it kind of like what we were talking about, like, oh, you got to kind of create?
Most of my clients that are spending that amount, I usually get a phone call.
Okay.
I'm coming in, or I've already looked for the vehicle, I've located the vehicle, I'm either speaking with their accountant to get a wire transfer, and when I have the car out of cleanup, I have them come in. Like, I try to make it as easy and seamless as possible for my clients. So big, high-ticket purchases like that do usually require some planning. They already know this is what I want. Nope, I don't need to test drive. This is great because we don't allow you to test drive. cars over a certain price
Oh,
point.
wow.
Well, it's a horsepower. It's a safety thing.
Okay. I see.
We're right in front of, Third Rail Studios is right behind us. We got a call one day. I remember getting a call from, I don't know who it was. Oh, probably from the studio. And they're like, oh, because with COVID, as when you're selling cars, you don't necessarily have to go on a test drive with the customer, but you get the driver's license and all that, and you let them go on their way.
Yeah.
Girl, we get a phone call from Third Rail Studios, like, somebody's over here doing donuts in our parking lot.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we don't. It's just that those cars have a lot of power.
Yeah.
So
You gotta know what
people
you're doing
think
with
that
it.
they can drive them. Not most can handle them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, now we do not allow test drives. You literally have to already be pre-qualified or just pay for the car cash. And many of our customers do that.
Yeah, I think the car buying process is one of those things where it's like, it's on, not, I wouldn't say on your bucket list, but it's on the list of big accomplishments that you can have as a person. It's always a big, usually, especially if it's your first car, it's always a big deal. So can you kind of talk about like the most rewarding part about what you do, being able to give somebody that experience?
It's an experience that a feeling I can't explain. I especially love working with my student athletes because when you get that first draft pick, your first draft pick, second draft pick, and first thing you want to do, you get drafted. What do you want to do?
Yeah, buy a car.
You got it. You got it, and not just any car. They want some horsepower. It's pretty. It's just admirable that I get coaches from Auburn and they're like, oh, we got first draft pick, and he's about to get drafted, and he wants to get a Hellcat from you, and I'm so humbled.
Yeah.
Because it's usually like, a car and a house, the first two things that they want.
Yep.
And it's great that they listen to me. They're like, oh my God, I've been following you. And I'm like, look, this is your first for your first contract. You don't want to go too crazy. So they may say, oh, I want a Hellcat. I said, it's probably a good idea if you start with this, finance and stat pack, and then work your way up. Instead of cashing out, you might want to finance a small portion. You can still put a good down payment, but I try to educate. And then if they decide like, no, I just want to cash out, that's fine. You could do that too.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're my family.
Yeah. So you take care
of them.
It's like
my duty to look out for them as I would my family.
What would you say is the most challenging, or do you have like, oh God, that was a disaster?
I'm a people pleaser.
Okay.
So it does break my heart in instances where we just can't get them done, due to circumstances even sometimes beyond my control, whether they're credit and there's just so many stories.
Yeah.
Marital status change, somebody broke up, they took the car, left the car. It breaks my heart.
Yeah.
That I'm not able to put them in a car. And I don't stop without a fight. I'm like, you know what? You need to go call my buddy over at Chevy. They have different lenders than we do, and they may do it. But let me give him a call first, and to tell him that we already ran your credit with this lender, that lender, and that. So I still go out fighting. I still say, you know what? Don't give up hope. Start working on your credit. Eventually, once you get those things in order, come back and see me. I'm gonna take care of you, and they usually always do.
Yeah, I think what you're talking about right now too, just kind of your ability to kind of overextend yourself to make sure that people are happy, also translate to kind of the messaging that you have in your new book, where you're educating people and still pouring out that wealth of knowledge in your heart for the actual industry. So congratulations, first of all, for becoming an author.
Thank you.
How exciting. So tell us a little bit about the book and what people can expect from it.
Well, so the why behind the book, I had a little medical scare in December, and I literally start looking and thinking about mortality, thinking about legacy, thinking about my children, and I absolutely love what I do, but I'm like, my children cannot inherit this position, this desk.
Right.
So I honestly can't even take credit for the book because God literally, while I was in the hospital, was like, you're going to write a book. I stayed in the hospital 2 weeks, almost days before Christmas. Unexpectedly, I'm healthy. I work out.
Yeah.
So talk about shocker. All I wanted to do, I was like, I need to get back to work. I need to go to the dealership. I got deals to do. And I kept asking them, let me go home, let me go home.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, because I know if we send you home, you're going to be on 120, Michelle. So you're going to stay right here. And I was like, not happy about it. So once I stopped grumbling and stopped fighting, they had found a tumor and they removed it and things like that. But it caught me off guard.
Yeah.
And it really slowed me down. And I just started thinking about purpose and legacy for my children.
Yeah.
And that's when he gave me the assignment to write the book. At that time, I didn't have a title.
Okay.
So I get home, I'm bored because I can't work. So
yeah.
I'm at home. I start writing, and I call one of my buddies up, Cord. Hey, Cord. So I called Cord, and I was like, God gave me this assignment to write a book.
Yeah.
And I got all these names coming to mind. And literally, I was on the phone with Cord, and I was like, well, how about this? How about the Queen of Car Deals? He's like, okay. I was like, Queen of Car Deals. I said, Queen of Car Deals, how to earn 6 figures as a lady do. He said, I'm going to send you an invoice.
That's it.
I'm going to send you an invoice.
Yeah.
Because at that moment, we were like, that's it.
That's the one.
And I just ran with it.
Wow.
And just, the book was so important because I am approached so often about how I got into the car business. So, many people don't know. When I moved to Atlanta, I was actually working for a company called In Charge Debt Solutions, where I was working from home, counseling people on eliminating debt. So I've always loved financial literacy.
Okay.
Little did I know that my license to work in Georgia was not valid.
Oh.
So I had to dust off my degree and go Indeed.com and LinkedIn, all that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. So I had to go dust my degree off and look for a job.
Wow.
And I was hired by a company called Alliant Health. Did some recruiting, worked there for 9 months, and I got laid off. So, single mom in Georgia, I'm like, God, like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Bro, what am I going to do? My cube mate at Alliant, my Jewish brother, I call him my Jewish brother because he is, Josh Weinberg. He sends me a text message. So I'm looking at my phone. I'm a car dealership. I was like, okay. So I'm looking at all my bills and I'm looking at this car dealership text message. And I was like, that ain't really my thing. But I had to swallow my pride. And I picked up the phone and made a phone call.
Yeah.
And they hired me on the spot.
Wow.
Total novice. Didn't know anything about cars. I know we were talking about the book, but I just kind of had to tell you how I got in the car business.
Yeah.
I didn't seek out a profession in the car business.
I think that's just so interesting. And I love it too because, finding your niche with niche, I like talking to people who have found their niche. But like, little did you know that would be
life changing.
Wow.
I absolutely love it. And I love what it's allowed me to do and rebuild exponentially. I've learned as I'm coaching and teaching my clients the information that I'm learning while I'm working as a dealer, it's also changed my life. And I'll be able to get my credit back up and get my income up and something I would have never, ever have thought of.
Yeah.
I was like, I want women to thrive in this business. I want more women to thrive in this business. So it just gave me more and more fuel to get this book out, so that they can possibly even consider a position, whether you're selling cars, whether finance, the sky is the limit. There's a lot of grant money available for minorities that want to work in the automotive industry, but there is no ceiling. I mean, you can earn multiple 6 figures if you grind. It's a hustle.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be handed to you. But if you work for it, is possible. I'm living proof.
Wow.
And I share a lot of the information as a novice. I didn't even know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to change a tire. I didn't know what I was doing, but I love people.
Yeah.
Like I've always cared about people, and I just love talking to them and learning their stories. And it really wasn't about the cars at the end of the day, because a lot of people come in and it's like, man, it's so great. You sell cars? Like, they may think I'm a receptionist or something.
Right.
Or they'll walk right by me. But I'm so outgoing and I'll be so in your face. And they're like, wow, that was the easiest car buying experience I ever had.
Yeah.
That is the best feeling ever.
Wow.
But yeah, I didn't seek a profession in the car. I literally found my niche because life happened to me. I lost my job, ended up accepting an opportunity that was presented to me, and thankfully I did. Thankfully I did. Who'd have known?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know dealers make that much, but I also love what I do.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun.
How does that feel to kind of like be bringing in the bank and doing what you love?
You know, it's a good feeling. Yeah, I'm a giver, so yes, I like nice things.
You giving
too,
money away?
Like actually,
today on the show?
Well, not today on the show, but my book launch is on Sunday, September 25th.
Okay.
And I'm doing a car note giveaway. I am giving away $500.
Wow.
Whether they have a car payment or not. And I just like to give back.
I love that.
Just in celebration of all that God's doing in my life, and in celebration of being here, of the success I've had, the book, the podcast. Like, I just want to give back. I really wanted to give back. So
I love that.
Which hence, I know we were talking earlier about the nonprofit. So
yeah.
I do want to give, whether it's information, resources, tips. So success runs in our race. Just know that. So.
Hey, I love that. For people who want to maybe purchase a car or see what you have going on or buy your book, what's the best way for people to do that?
The best way to reach me, obviously my website is www.theladydealer.com. Instagram, you can reach me at @theladydealer, and I'd love to connect with you. DM me, send me a message. You have questions, whether you buy a car from us or not. I'm just here to be a source of support and help in any way I can. I truly love what I do.
Yeah. Before we go, I want to ask you, what is the message that you have to the world?
The message to the world, this one phrase that got me through a very difficult season as I was laid off and getting transitioned into the car business, is be comfortable being uncomfortable. Be open, stay coachable, walk in love, pay it forward, most importantly, because it's pointless if I just keep all the success and information to myself. But I really think that we're here to pay it forward.
Yeah.
Pay it forward and lift as we climb. So I want to take others along with me. Wow. I really think that that's my purpose and calling.
That is so good. Y'all, next time y'all see me, I might be on the road with my new Jeep Wrangler.
Yes.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I love your story.
Thank you.
I love what you're doing. I love the industry. I can't wait to crack open that book.
Yes.
Officially, when does do you have a date already for the book?
My launch date is Sunday, September 25th.
Okay, yep. That's
official launch. We are taking pre-orders right now, and limited supplies, because we're getting a really good feedback, and it's overwhelming. I can't thank you guys enough for your support, but I appreciate every follow, every person that's ever reshared content, every referral. My heart is full. I am so grateful to Atlanta. Extended so much love to me.
Yeah.
And this was the best decision, one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Yeah.
Being here. So
I love it.
Forever grateful.
I love it. Last question. What's the biggest myth in the car industry?
The biggest myth, one of them is time. It takes forever. It doesn't take all day to buy a car, folks. It doesn't. Okay? So do your research, plan.
Yeah.
Do your test drive. And you don't have to buy the first day you come into the dealership. Don't go in there out of desperation. But if you are informed and you've done your proper planning and research, it should be an amazing experience. So the goal is not a one and done thing. The goal is for me to be your dealer.
Okay.
You think car, you think the lady dealer. You think your sister, your brother, anyone need a car. So that's the goal.
Okay. I heard somebody say like red cars are higher insurance.
That is also a myth.
That's not. Oh, it's not true.
Buy the red car. Buy the red car.
Because I heard somebody say red cars are more noticeable, so they get pulled over more often.
It's a myth. It's definitely
really
buy the red car. Yeah.
My favorite color is red. I've been scared my whole life. You just thank you. I'm having a breakthrough right now.
I
can finally buy a red car.
Buy the red car. Yeah.
Buy the red car.
Yes, definitely.
Wow. The red car's been waiting for me this whole time. I had no idea. Wow, thank you for this breakthrough.
That's what I'm here for.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much, Michelle, for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Definitely pray for much more success. You're already well on your way. So make sure you all stay tapped into what she's going on.
And let them know I do have the why behind the Lady Dealer podcast. Again, I've been saying pay it forward as a means to pay it forward, to provide information, tips, strategies. I want to hear your stories. I want to hear traumas. I want to change that. By sharing information, hearing about your experiences, and being able to give you feedback and insight on how we can change that and have healthy car buying experiences going forward. And we pass this information down to generations and generations to come. So,
well, there it is. Y'all stay tuned.
That's it. Peace.